Hello, everyone. Nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Good morning. We have the new Heroes Path has just gone live, where you can get a cat's gaze. Also, we do have, of course, the 5-star Perfect Soul for the Knave of Hearts and the 5-star Perfect Soul for the Queen of Hearts up for grabs as well. Well, one of the big questions we were asking going into this, I'm obviously going to show you all the different sort of paths through this entire event, and etc. etc. Lots of different options for you. But for players wondering, oh, well, I don't have Queen of Hearts or Knave of Hearts, but hey, I would not say no to another Cat's Gaze. Well, as you can see, it's down here in the middle. It is behind 2 locks. Spoiler warning. It's very, very expensive. We also have cool portraits at the end, which I think are kind of worth grabbing, actually, just to have a fun little portrait. Not that many players, I think, will end up having them. Well, we'll see, I suppose. But it is very expensive. Now, some good news to start things. There is some good news, a ray of hope. If you're worried about it's expensive, guys, check this out. The Hero Coin Bundle, it glows. Ooh. Look into its eyes. Buy the bundle. Ooh, it glows. So that's nice, I guess. But let's dive into the actual path. Let's see what's going on. So, yellow path. Here we are. This is what you have to do if you want to get that's cat's gaze. So obviously you have to go down the middle, right, to grab everything on the way to get it. I do think at the start the energy is a bit better than the silver, but it's not a really big deal. And then you obviously need to get the 2 keys along the way. You have to get them, which means coming down, you could either go on the far side. You could grab these middle bits if you want. I think the bits at the far side are a little bit more valuable, but it's up to you. It's not a big deal. But come out on the side and then hop down to get the key. And then likewise on the other side, you also have to come all the way down and get the key. Now, all of this stuff adds up an absolute ton. You're already looking at well over 30,000 points just to get the 2 keys alone. And you haven't even started down the middle path at that point, which is a lot. So I worked out, and hopefully it seems like a crazy number. I believe I did add it up correctly. I hope I did. But for me, it came out as 101,000 points, which is absurdly, absurdly high. So if, for example, we come over and we say, how much would that be? You can do, I should have mentioned this, you can do champion training, or you can summon from shards. But, if we do this with, let me get rid of this. If we do this with sacred shards, like 101,000 divided by 4,500, you're talking 22 sacred shards in order to do it entirely with shards and to get yourself the cat's gaze. Now, you can, of course, supplement that with some champion training. A lot of points. Like, I feel like if this was cheaper, this might be well worth it for champion training. I mean, it's absurdly expensive. It becomes it's ridiculously expensive. Now, if you are like me and you've got an absolute monstrous amount of brews and whatnot, it might still be worth considering. Like, yeah, crazy expensive and a huge chunk of time to do it with champ training, but pull some shards and do some champ training. Maybe getting the cat's gaze could actually be worth it for your account, even though it is insane. Yeah, I'll leave that up to you. For me, I don't think I'll bother. I don't think I will bother, but I think plenty of players will do this, even though it is so expensive, because especially if you're a big spender, cat's gaze is really, really strong. I think it sort of depends on how many you already have and whether this is even possible for you or not. Let's look at some other options first, and then we can talk more about it at the end. So I've got the red and the pink lines over here. So the red is pretty simple. It is just go the cheapest way possible. And again, you could go through the rarity charms if you want and the Plarium points if you want instead of that side. Doesn't matter. But going down, this side is a bit cheaper. You skip the legendary book, but it's a lot cheaper. And you grab yourself the 5-star soul for the queen. That would cost you 67,000 points, which is actually fine for a 5-star soul. It's really not bad. And if we do some quick maths, we go to what, 67,000. I guess it's 250. We divide that by 4,500. basically 15 sacred shards. Really less with champion training. Again, if I had the Queen of Hearts, I would do this. I think that is worth it for me. 15 sacreds to get 5-star soul for a top-tier arena champion. Leave her in position to upgrade to a 6-star later on. Pretty good. The Knave of Hearts I put in as pink. I would be much less enthused about going for him, but it's the same cost. If you were to add both of them together, by the way, it's 134,250, which is, I mean, it's basically double this. You'd be looking at 30 sacred shards with shards alone and sacred shards alone in order to grab both of them. For me, my opinion is if I had the Queen of Hearts, I would get her 5-star soul. And if I had the Knave of Hearts, I don't have either one. If I had the Knave of Hearts, to be honest, I probably wouldn't bother. To be honest, I probably wouldn't bother going for his soul. But if I was a big old whale, a big old kraken, I might. You know, again, if I'm like 15 sacred shards, haha, right? That's just tap another oil field. Yeah, why not? Then it's great if you've got a spare oil field in the back, go for it, right? Then another couple of options. One is, what about the legendary books? So the legendary books really just go straight down the side. Get yourself a legendary book. This teal path's 25,000, so it's just a bit over five sacred shards for a legendary book, and you can obviously repeat that on the other side. You can pick whichever side you prefer. Even it's up to you. But yeah, you're looking at 5 sacred shards ish for one, maybe 5 and a bit. 5.5, and then you're looking at about 11 sacred shards for 2 legendary books. Obviously, throw in some champion training, you can bring that down a bit. If you are stuck for legendary books for progress, it's fairly comparable to a regular summoning event. Maybe it's worth doing, maybe not. And then finally, I think the most budget little thing to do, which I think is definitely worth a bit of champ training, is simply hopping in and getting the 2 sets of 50 masks, just getting 100 masks. Get yourself a little epic relic. It's very cheap, really. The blue one, it's only 10,000 points. I think you can do that pretty handily with some champion training. And I think for everyone, that's pretty much worth doing. Why not? It's really the route you're going to get towards every other path anyway. Like you've got to do that for yellow. You've got to do it for all of them. I think this is something it's pretty much worth doing for everyone. It's very cheap, really. So yeah, why not? Why not do it? And yeah, as you can see, like the expensive part is going further. Like to grab I'd say maybe this side is maybe more helpful to people. To grab the 200 gems, 5 dust, and legendary book. Like that's 20,000 points right there. That's where the expense is. This stuff, why not? Get yourself a couple of little rewards. That's cheap. So a nice little mini champ training. There you go. They are sort of the major paths that I would highlight. What do you think? What are you going for? Yeah, for me, like, it's a real pity, I think, that the Cat's Gaze is so expensive. I think that basically Plarium saw how hyped everyone was about the Cat's Gaze. They've seen how everyone went for it, probably, that could, in the Titan event. And yeah, they said, oh, yeah, these guys really like this Cat's Gaze. Oh, maybe we did make it actually kind of OP. Right, let's make it super expensive for the finale. Oh, and by the way, yes, here we go. So I think they shared this somewhere on social media. I don't know exactly where it came from, but this is confirmed. It is the finale, right? That's it. So again, it's today, 28th of February is today. Hero's Path with a progressive chance with the Alice Adventure Champions. That goes until the 4th of March. On the 5th of March, Event Dungeon closes, thing over. That's it. So this is the finale. That's it. No Prism event, from the looks of it, for Queen of Hearts. Like I said, maybe they'll do something during the anniversary, but also maybe not. But yeah, this looks like this is it. This is the grand finale, which is also worth noting, just for like any, we come over to the library, any different events as we go here, like these should be the last sources. I don't know if there is anything else in here in order to get your crafting material. So again, that is worth noting. For your relic crafting, that's it. No more masks, no more event dungeon stuff. They might bring it back in future, but for the time being, they might not as well. Like we just don't know what they're going to do with the event group. We just don't know. So yeah, but as of right now, this will be for at least a few months your last chance to get these, and possibly these won't be available next time they bring the event dungeon back either. We just don't know, at least as of right now. So bear that in mind as well. But guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know what path you were going to do. For me, I'm going to do blue. And I'll probably call it there. Well, I've got a luxury of I've got 4 Cascades. So I'm in a nice position. I would be very stressed out, I'll be honest right now, if I only had like 1 or 2 Cascades. The third one is kind of nice. The fourth one, I mean, I don't know if I need a fifth one. And bearing in mind, there will be other, you will get other damage relics as you go as well. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Let me know what you think about this. I can imagine people are not very happy. But again, if you are sad, remember, will this surely this will reassure you. It glows. Look at that. It glows. Amazing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Glowy. Goodbye.